All right, so you guys, I'm going to talk today about the psoas, and we're going to actually do some stretching for the psoas and an exercise or two to strengthen it. This is a picture of your psoas. It is a large stabilizing two muscles that they start in the lumbar spine, attaching in your low back, and it comes around the front of the hip and comes down and attaches to your inner thigh. So it's a hip flexor muscle, and it basically connects your upper body with the lower body. So if it's tight, it can make your low back hurt. It can affect so many different parts of your body if it's not healthy. So we want to maintain a healthy psoas, and it's spelled P-S-O-A-S. So the P is silent. So you'll need, if you have blocks, that would be great, and a strap. If not, I'm going to show some modifications if you don't have props. So come onto your knees, and we'll start by just doing your basic cat and cow. Let me turn my heat off. Don't need that, it's getting nice and warm. All right, so on your hands and knees. Hands are about shoulder wide, knees apart a little bit. And I want you to round the back to cat, tucking your tailbone, tuck your chin, and scoop up the belly. And as you open to cow, flip the tailbone up and let your belly drop. Shoulders pulling in, shoulder blades pulling in. Then exhale as you go to cat. Inhale, cow. And do a few and really focus on the lower half of your body. The whole pelvic tilt, pelvic girdle is engaging here, and your shoulder girdle. Couple more. Now open the knees wide, spin your feet in. We'll take a wide knee child's pose. And you can just rest on the elbows, grounding the forehead first. And if you're feeling tension, which we tend to hold in our bodies, just roll across your forehead a few times, side to side. Right across the third eye. Now settle in the middle, right on the forehead. Stretch your arms out. You can even bring your hands in prayer behind your head and ground the elbows. Deep breath. And we're just stretching out the low back. This is actually stretching the psoas as well. You think about where it attaches back here in your lumbar spine, wraps around the hip and into the inner thigh. One more deep breath. And place your hands on the floor. Let's come on up. And we'll get back onto all fours, and we'll do a little warm up. So extend the right leg. Foot's flexed. Oh, I'm touching the wall. All right, take a breath as you look forward. Then pull the knee under. Exhale, tuck your chin. Inhale, reach that back leg out and pull it in. So you're getting both an extension to stretch and then a flexion, pulling in, engaging those abs and the hip flexors. Breathe as you extend. Exhale, pull it in. And 4 more. 3 more. 2. And last one. Now extend and hold that foot flexed. Square off the hips. Make sure your hands are under the shoulders. And reach your left hand out, thumb is out. And lift the heel, lift the thumb, and stretch. Feel the work. And release. All right, let's switch sides. Left leg back. Take a breath as you extend. And exhale under. Breathe. And pull. Push. And pull. One more. Nice tight leg. And then pull that knee up close and engage your abs. 2 more. Now extend that leg, foot flexed. Right hand comes up, thumb up, and lift the heel, lift the thumb. Feel the work. And release. Let's go back to cat and cow. Make sure the knees are apart a little. That gives you a little more freedom to move through the hips. 1 more each way. Now let's take a regular child's pose, hips to heels. Fold the hands in front and just put your head on your hands and focus on that long, deep breath. We're trying to get the hips down to the heels. Back is rounded. Now as you get deeper in the pose, you can bring the hands back by your feet. Arms are right by your side. So your whole torso is resting on your thighs. And if you keep the knees closer together, you're actually supporting the torso where you can completely relax. And this is going to stretch out the low back where the psoas attaches. Now just sway a little side to side and you can massage the hip flexors. Creating lots of circulation. Now place your hands under the shoulders and come on up. We're going to move into camel. We're going to take a gentle camel, knees apart a little. Stretch up, create some space first, big stretch. Now bring the hands to the hips and squeeze your shoulders together a little. And as you open the chest, you're going to tighten up the back side. And so we're stretching the front of the hips here. You can support with the hands, a little squeeze on your butt. Now tuck the chin and help yourself up carefully. And you're just going to sit down, hips to heels, and stretch back out. Extend the arms in extended child's pose. Now slide forward into Sphinx pose. You're going to stay on your elbows, legs straight. Check elbows under shoulders, keep them in close by your ribs. Now ground the top of your feet and bring your kneecaps, if you can, off the floor. So really engaging your thighs and keep pulling the low back inward. So it's that sacrum right above the tailbone. Feel those muscles working, pulling in. Shoulders pulling back. So you might feel a gentle stretch in the front of your body here, right through the stomach and up through the front of the hips. Draw the belly button in now. And notice how it supports your low back. That transverse abdominis muscle is so deep, it supports the low back. Now release, hands under the shoulders, take a deep breath, push up to the knees, and stretch back out, child's pose. And come on up. All right, so now bring your right foot forward. We're going to go into a lunge. This is where you're going to want your block to the right of you. Tuck the tailbone. So we're stretching the left hip. Bring that left arm up, take a breath, and lean to your side into that block. Now the key here is really tucking the tailbone and grounding your back shin. This is where you're going to get the best stretch, by really grounding and adding that resistant stretch. Now release a little, take a breath, and let's go back over. If you need to go deeper, drop that block. This time you're going to push your hand into the block and ground the back shin to get a deeper stretch. And ease out slowly. All right, now take your blocks and shift forward. If you don't have blocks, just place your hands on your front knee. Reset the kneecap in the back, so all the weight's on the forward part of the kneecap. And pull the shoulders back and just let your hips sink in. Draw the stomach in, feel the support. So you can stay right there. If you want a little more, hand can go to the knee and bring the left arm up as you stretch your left hip. Big stretch. Feel the front foot grounding. You can go both arms if you like to build strength through the psoas. You know, feel those legs working. Squeeze the thighs together. Lift your eyes. Breathe into it. Now, let's bring the hands back to the blocks or to the floor and just sink in and just let that stretch happen. You might get a bigger stretch if you let your toes and knee kind of turn out. And just kind of turn slightly towards that knee. So I'm feeling it underneath. Now you might feel it in this hip as well, and that's fine. Let your body be your teacher and let it tell you what you need. Kind of pay attention. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. All right, come on back. Stretch back into a child's pose with extended arms. Release those hip flexors for a second. Maybe sway a little. All right, come back up. This time left foot forward. Grab the block. Tuck the tailbone. Let's take the right arm up. Take a breath. And lean to the left. Feel the back shin grounded. Breathe into the side ribs. So you should be feeling this right across here where your psoas wraps around. Let's release, take a breath, and come back over. I'll drop my block a little lower now. Now ground through the back shin and that left hand. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. I'm feeling this all through here, through the side. All right, come on up. Now let's move forward. Take your blocks with you if you have them. Reset your kneecap. And just sink in. Again, hands can also go to the knee if you don't have your blocks. Keep the shoulders pulling back now. That's going to deepen that stretch. Scoop in the belly, right arm up, big lift, reach up. Keep that energy lifting from the chest. Press the front foot into the floor to stabilize and build strength. Open up. Squeeze your thighs together. Feels good. And release. Now, take the legs back. Oh wait, let's turn that foot out a little bit. We're going to sink in. Just breathe and release. Gotta be patient. Let it happen. All right, come back around. Now this time I want you to take down dog. Spread the fingers apart. And let's lift up. Stretch out the back of your legs. Now you can walk your hands a little closer to the feet and work those heels towards the floor. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Thighs turning in, scooping your belly, shoulders locked down. Nice deep breath. Now soften the knees and walk your feet towards your hands. And place your hands on your knees and roll up slowly, bone by bone. Take a big stretch overhead. Hands to the heart center. Now we're going to make our way to the wall. So grab a strap, and I've got the short end of my mat right up against the wall. Hopefully y'all can see me. So put your right heel on the wall, turn the heel up, and you're coming into a lunge. All right, so you're going to get low. Take your strap and you're going to wedge it right there into the crease of the left hip and push down and pull the shoulders back. So you've got this flexion in the front leg. Now I want you to press your back heel into the wall as you keep the shoulders back, and we're going to stretch this right psoas. You might need to step out a little further. Pull it back. Now the key here is imagine your hips are headlights. I want you to bend that back knee a little more and tuck the tailbone. And keep those headlights straight ahead as you extend. If you tilt forward, you're going to lose that stretch a little. So keep those hips pointing forward. Now you can also let go of the strap and reach your arms overhead. And try to straighten that back leg as you push it in the heel into the wall, getting that good resistant stretch. Oh yeah. All right, hands to the front knee and step in. And march it out a little bit. Wowzers. All right, let's switch sides. Get low. Get low, 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 low. All right, back heel. Make sure you're really squared off in the hips. Get your strap wedged in. Push, pull the shoulders back. Now take a deep breath and sink in. Feel that pelvic tilt. And then start to straighten that back leg to see where you can go with it. Keep those hips pointing forward. Long, smooth breath. Your legs are working here for sure. Maybe letting go. Open up. Big stretch. All right, hands to the thigh and step in. March it out a little bit. Woo! All right, now turn around. Spread your feet wide off your mat and take a down dog on the wall. Get low. Chest pressing towards the floor, relax your neck. And then try to maintain that flat back as you stretch out your hamstrings. Soften the knees, work on the shoulders, and then stretch out the legs. All right, bend your knees. Place your hands on the floor. Let's step back to down dog. Come to the knees. And let's spin around. And we'll finish with a supine twist. All right, so lay back. Stretch your arms out overhead. Point your toes. Big stretch. Now bring your right knee in. Grab it with your hands and take a deep breath. Roll to your left, take the knee with you. You want your hips to go all the way to the side. And stretch your right arm out, shoulder high. If you've got a shoulder that bothers you, you can also reach the arm overhead. And then look towards the arm. So I'm more interested in your hips turning. Don't worry if your right shoulder is not on the floor yet. Now work with the breath. So initially, you're going to keep your left leg straight, your right knee bent, and you're feeling this stretch. This is a great stretch again for the psoas. And you might even feel a nice stretch in the front of your right shoulder. Now, a couple of options. You can go ahead and straighten your right leg if you want. You can set it on a block if you have one handy, if it doesn't make it to the floor. And then you can even soften your underneath knee, or just let both knees soften and just relax as much as you can. Try to slow the breath down. All right, now make it back onto your back. Place the feet on the floor for a second and reset your hips. And let's bring the left knee in. Straighten your right leg. Take a deep breath. And roll to your right. Actually, you can even use your block here and support the knee. Or hold it in place with your hand and look away. So do what feels best for your back. If you tend to get low back pain, keep the knee level with your hip, and you can make sure it's level by placing the block. If it doesn't bother you, you can let that knee drop a little more. And again, you can straighten, or you can soften the underneath knee and just relax a little more. Let both hands go turn up and just surrender. Relax your jaw, soften the brow. One more deep breath. Now bring it back around. Place your feet on the floor, reset the hips, and this time bound angle. Bottom of your feet touch as your knees open. You can interlace the fingers and turn the palms away. Big stretch. Let your low back arch. Big stretch. Now sweep the arms to the side, palms up, and tuck your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin, and just rock the chin side to side. Let go of any tension that's lingering through the shoulders and neck. Release the fascia in the back of the head. Now let the head settle. Tuck your chin. Take a deep cleansing breath. Big sigh out of your mouth. Do that again if you need to. Just let go of the tension. And try to relax into your Shavasana for a few minutes. Feel the belly and chest expand with the breath in. Hold at the top. And then let the breath out slowly through the nose. Feel heavy. A few more. Fill up, hold it, and release slowly. Couple more. Think of just exercising your lungs. Last one. Now bring your knees back up. Pull them into the chest. Hold your knees as you rock side to side. And let's roll to one side and make your way all the way up and come on up. I hope you've enjoyed today's psoas and hamstring stretches. Make it a great day. Namaste.